Buffalo Fanatics. It's Don Brown. Yeah, I'm a fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Play good, be humble. Number 17, the captain. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. 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 Just like Rico, going live, talking to my people. Cause the team's driven like West Hurt. Other teams can't, it's a repo. The opponents gotta call up Triple O. Bills Mafia, we heating up, we too electrical. We got Bean the Plug, electric show. We wired up, hit up Rico, he fired up. We know where we stand on the power ranking. Other teams fans in the comments hating, we block them all. We protecting Josh. Salute to him, he the general now. Rico got legends for interviews. How the Buffalo Bills got the best fan base. Away games, red, white, blue in the crowd. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Play good, be humble. Number 17, the captain.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy back at it again. If you guys didn't enjoy that game, I'm with you. That's a lie. I enjoyed the game, but I didn't enjoy it for the reasons that got my blood pressures way up. Can't even really enjoy the game the way I really want to with a nice blowout on Thanksgiving. But here we are, folks. Here we are. The Bills came through in the clutch. They say people, they can't do it, but they did it again in the clutch and take down the very much improved Detroit Lions. These are not the Detroit Lions of old. We've seen it last year where they, you know what I'm saying, they didn't have a great record, but you could tell they were coached to win. These guys play for their coach. This year, no different. They're coming off a 3-game win streak. They were trying to win this game, and they were in the thick of things in the NFC. Maybe I'm capping with the thick of things, but nonetheless, had they won this one, this would have gave them 4 wins in a row. They would have put them at 4-7 and in contention for a wild card spot. So they were playing for something. They weren't just playing for pride. They were actually playing to win this thing because they're trying to do something in the NFC. So we got to give, and you guys know how I do, I got to give respect to the team that we played. That's not a bad team that we played today. Not a bad team at all. Jared Goff, 240 yards, 2 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions with a 98.9 rating. Jamal Williams, 18 carries, 66 yards, just under 4 yards a pop, and a touchdown. Amon-Ra St. freaking Brown, 9 receptions, 122 yards, almost 14 yards a pop, and a touchdown off of 10 targets. Boy was having his way with the Buffalo Bills defensive secondary. Khalif Raymond got in on action, DeAndre Swift, but I mean, listen, nobody did anything but Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's the real deal. He's a great receiver, solid receiver, young buck coming up in the game. And he had his choice of what receiver he wanted. Dane Jackson seemed to be their choice of their dish today. You know what I'm saying? They took that man's meal. They took that man's lunch money. Dane Jackson. And you know what? Hold on. Before I get into Dane Jackson, let me just finish off with the Lions, what they did, right? 240 yards passing. They had 96 yards rushing. We kept them under our threshold. We normally have these guys. I mean, the average running game the opposing team usually has is about 100, 160 yards or so. So we kept them to under the yardage. We kept them to under the passing yardage. And it was just us just being us. Us being us. And more importantly, and I gotta get into this right off the bat before I just talk football. More importantly, happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends that are enjoying time with family, time with friends. Some people call it friendsgiving. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case is, man. Happy Thanksgiving to y'all, and I hope you guys are really taking the time to be thankful for things that you have. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's thankful for family, thankful, you know what I'm saying, for having a roof under your head, thankful for life, on its own. You know what I'm saying? You have the good man upstairs to thank for that. But happy Thanksgiving to everybody, man. And I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. This Lions defense wasn't anything special. They're one of the worst defenses in the game, but they gave us fits, or we weren't gelling. I hate to even bring this up, and it's going to be brought up later on, but the injuries that we're taking and sustaining is starting to affect the way we are playing. And it wasn't the injuries before the game. It was the injuries that happened during the game that's kind of taken us out. You know what I'm saying? They're taking the wind out of our sail. But we'll get into that in detail. But for the Detroit Lions, you got to give the Detroit Lions credit. They've played us right till the freaking end. They played us right till the end. Like we've been saying for months now, we are in the position that we are going to get everyone's best because they know that the Bills are in contention for a Super Bowl. Do we look like it right this moment? Not right now, right? Will we get there once we, get healthier, once we start kind of getting our act together? Yes. We were once there. We're now trying to redefine, I wouldn't call it redefine, but find ourselves. We're starting to find ourselves right now. And right now, we gutted it out, and we found a way to win. That's what at the end of the day, this is what it matters. Find a way to win. That's what counts at the end of the day. You just got to find a way to win. And that's what we did. And for what it's worth, you could tell that win meant a lot to this team. It meant a lot to coaching. I'm sure we're going to get the footage of the speech in the locker room, but it meant something. It really did mean something. So salute to the team, but boy, oh boy, we got some things to talk about. We do have some things to talk about. We got some things to clean up. My, oh my. So Detroit Lions, salute to you guys. You guys got a good little thing going over there, man. You guys got a good little thing. Show up that defense a little bit. Once you get, some good defensive pieces on that squad, you guys will be something. You guys get more offensive weapons in the receiver game, in the receiver room. You guys will be nice. You guys have a quarterback that's veteran enough that can get and will get the ball to where it needs to go. You guys just don't have the weapons, but good freaking game to the Detroit Lions. You can't take away from them. They've pushed us, and as they should. We had a lot of things that we need to fix, and they almost took full advantage of it and sent us, the Buffalo Bills, into what would have been a horrible week and a half to weather the media storm, to weather the questions that would have came at the team, and to really, stay in contention in the AFC East, because the Dolphins are playing extremely well right now. The Jets, I don't know what's going on with the Jets, and New England is coming up, and that's who we have next. And we're going up against Bill Belichick, a defensive guru. And if you don't think he's seeing what the Bills are doing wrong, and you don't think he's going to capitalize on that, woo! Y'all got nothing coming, because Bill is going to exploit as much as he can. And that defense is playing extremely well. Led by Matt Judon, they're playing extremely well. But that's neither here nor there. We are on the Bills, and our thoughts on the Bills. First things first, let me just turn my phone down a little bit. First things first, kudos to the Bills, man. You found a way to win. That's the first one. That's the first one. Shoot, my bad. I said in a week and a half, man. We play we go Thursday night. That's correct. Play Thursday night. In 1 week's time, man, we're back at it again Thursday night. So we got to get our act together. Now, let's get right to it. The Bills. Now, before I get into the box score, let me just freestyle and give my thoughts on this whole game. What a game of inconsistencies. Just like moments of frustration that happened in this game multiple times. Now, I gotta get this off my chest off the bat. For those that were talking about how Isaiah McKenzie needs to have less touches, Isaiah McKenzie, what's he still doing on the squad? If he's not good for this, he's no good. I hope this performance today shut your asses up. The nerve of some people talking about, oh, we don't need him, put Khalil Shakir in. Guys, if Khalil Shakir hasn't got, I mean, I know what you know. You know what I'm saying? Which is when he's on the field and they give him his opportunity, he does well with it. However, they still feel that McKenzie does things a little better, and thus he gets more playing time. And it very much showed today because he was our leading receiver. Isaiah McKenzie, 6 receptions for 96 yards and a touchdown off of 10 targets. They made him part of the game plan. How do you, and this is where I have a love-hate with Ken Dorsey. You know what I'm saying? This is where your play calling, you know what I'm saying? It's got to get better overall. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know how to formulate what I'm trying to say properly. And I'm gonna just put it like this. You know you have speed. He's one of your fast guys. He's one of your speed guys. Utilize him to take the top off and do that. But when you minimize him to certain shallow routes, I mean, shoot, there's nothing over the top that's gonna scare anybody. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Start putting him somewhere in the middle of the field to try to make these guys scared, because one tackle broken, he could take it to the house. Anyways, this is not a McKenzie thing, but I need to just give love to McKenzie because a lot of people are trying to write his ass off, man. He's got his opportunity and he took full advantage of it. And you know what he's about. He's quick. He's fast. He will do those things, man. Just get spread out and get open. He'll get there. Get him in space. He'll do the rest. So shout out to McKenzie. Now, my overall thoughts on this game. Josh Allen, he's our guy. Josh Allen, when you need something from Josh, he will deliver. That's the beautiful thing about having a quarterback like Josh Allen. The guy is obsessed with winning. He's obsessed with winning. He wants to win. He does not want to lose. And that is a huge part of having him on our team as a leader, because we go as far as Josh Allen goes, man. If Josh Allen is down and out, it rubs off on the rest of the team. But you never see him down and out. He fights right to the end. And when you have someone like Stephon Diggs, and that's a whole nother ballgame I'm going to get into, that helps. When you got 2 dogs on the squad right now that don't like to lose and want to win, it's necessary to have these guys connect. But they haven't been on the same page, you know what I'm saying, as the last couple games, man. You saw it last week. Yes, they connected for a touchdown pass, but it's not the typical game that we're used to and we're accustomed to by Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen. These guys are like, they click, click, click. They weren't clicking. And it took a while for them to start clicking this game. You know what I'm saying? And when you saw what really matters, Stephon Diggs saying, like, pretty much body language telling you, I am that dude. Stop fucking with me, man. Give me the football. Get me my opportunities. Y'all see what you guys are going to see what's going to happen. Trust your alpha receiver. And that's what Josh did. Now, it took some time. I had my man Andrew came over to watch the game with me. I'm usually a solo watcher, but it wasn't so bad. And shout out to my man Andrew, came through. And I'm sitting there like, why are we messing around with Diggs and keeping him on the wide? Yo, move him around, please. Move that man around. Put him in the slot. Put him out wide. Put him on the left side. Put him back in the slot. If the offense isn't moving, put your best piece everywhere. Take advantage of, exploit the weakness on that defense. And in the second half, my goodness, that's what we started doing. And that's when Stephon Diggs started cooking. But God, it took a while for us to even figure that out. I don't understand that part. But nonetheless, we got it done. And it took a lot, but we got it done on the offensive side of the ball. We put up 28 points. A missed extra point by my guy Tyler Bass. That one was a frustrating one. But at the end of the day, the one guy that kept us in the game and kept us winning last week, and Tyler Bass scoring 19 points from kicking, was the man to get us the game winner with a 37-yarder. Shout out to my man Tyler Bass. He came through in the clutch. And you know who else came through in the clutch? My man, I am Danny. Shout out to my man, I am Danny, with that super chat of $19, $19.99, $20. Appreciate you a lot, my guy. But go freaking Bills. You damn right. I can sit here and shit on a lot of players on this team. I can sit here and shit on a lot of situations, right? But the fact is, we got the W. What would have been worse is if we played the way we played and we got the L. That one would hurt. But we found a way. The Bills found a freaking way to power through it, fight through it, and here we go. My man Frank Perella says, yo, 8-3. Let's go, Buffalo. Victory. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, my friend. That's I mean, it's not the ideal win that we wanted, but it was a gutsy win. And now here's why this win, you know what I'm saying? This hits different. Because what's supposed to keep us in this game is our defense. Our defense is what's supposed to keep us in this game, right? And in this very game, we get Trey White back, Tre'Davious White. We're like, okay, cool. Now, was I expecting a lot from Tre'Davious White? Absolutely not. I wasn't, because he's just coming back from an ACL. So it was just good to get him game action. You know what I'm saying? You saw him start the game, you saw him get in there, and then you didn't really see too much of him afterwards. Now, I'm hoping that it was just a resting situation. But I'm going to just leave it at that. Like, hey, it was good to see him on the field. That's number one. Number two, we lose our left tackle, Dion Dawkins. We don't have our starting center, Mitch Morse. And I'm going to start right off the bat. This ain't no me making excuses. These are the facts. All right. And I'm all about, and I when I hear these injuries, I don't dwell on these injuries because that's next man up. Let's go. But when you start losing a lot more pieces than you're used to, one guy, two guys, fine. You lose your center. He doesn't play this game. You lose your left tackle. He doesn't, you know what I'm saying? He's out for majority of the game. So now you're playing with Bobby Hart. You're playing with Greg Van Roten. You're playing with David Quessenberry all over the line. So now you have guys that don't necessarily mix that combination of linemen are not normally in that realm, right? You have Ryan Bates at center. So there was a whole bunch of different things going on, but we powered through and fought through that. Shout out to Josh Allen. That could have folded, but he's an all-pro. He's an all-pro. So he knew what time it was. I got to put this team on my back. I got to find a way, and he did. But those injuries are looming, and that's just the offensive side of the ball. That's just the offensive side of the ball. Micah Hyde, obviously out since what, the third week, second or third week? Jordan Poyer is just coming back, trying to get back into it. And then we lose a big one. Von Miller. We paid big money for that acquisition this summer, and we lose him to what my man Alex, the thigh master himself, the thigh god, comes in and says, listen, man, the injury we're looking at best, let's just talk about it. At worst, ACL. It wasn't an ankle. It was a knee. It's a knee issue. So where it is, it's not as bad as people may think. They're going for more tests on Monday. It'll reveal way more on what's going on. But worst case, ACL. You know what I'm saying? Best case is it's just a strain / MCL. Maybe you're out 4 weeks, 3-4 weeks, potentially, depending. Right? So that's the realm that we're in. It's either he's out for the season and it's a wrap, or we lose him for 2-3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, and then we get him back to close out the season. But I'm going to tell you right now, man, this was a big blow because he's our closer for these games. But what's encouraging is we were able to get this game without Von Miller. And now other guys are going to have to step up. Ed Oliver absolutely stepped his game up today. We need that caliber of football playing by Ed Oliver. He was in the backfield. He got the safety. He was everywhere, putting pressure. He was doing the damn thing. Shout out to my man, Ed Oliver. By the way, update on Von. They said that he walked out of the locker room on his own, no crutches. That's fantastic news. Now, it also could be, you know what I'm saying, the optics. He doesn't want people seeing that he's in crutches, and now it's a big whole thing. So let me just walk out of here and go from there. I remember my man Kobe Bryant tore his damn Achilles. You know what I'm saying? He could have got, you know what I'm saying, walked off the court. My man walked off the court on his own. Everybody's like, yo, what's going on? What's going on? Find out, tore his damn Achilles. So you just never know with these things. So we'll wait it out and see how this plays out. But long story short, folks, it was just good to get the win, man. Get the win and get the fuck out of Detroit. Get the win and move on and out of Detroit and on to the Patriots. And here's the thing, it doesn't get any better because the Patriots, you know what the Patriots remember? All the Patriots remember is getting blown the F out in a playoff game. The Bills were just rolling. And the Patriots remember that. They were utterly embarrassed. They were embarrassed on national TV, and they know what's good, and they're coming for your ass. They're coming for these Bills. So this doesn't get any better. We just got out of a tough matchup with the Detroit Lions, and now we're going to face a freaking New England Patriots team that have a winning record. Keep that in mind as well. But we got out of this game, man. 8-3. We got out of this. We got out of it banged up. Banged up. We don't have our left starting tackle. We don't have our prize fighter, our prized, acquisition, summer acquisition in Von Miller. You know what I'm saying? Mitch Morse, arguably probably our best lineman, is out. So like that created a big difference. Tremaine Edmonds not in there. We're just getting a Tre'Davious White back. So like we've got some nicked up players, but we found a way to win. We found a way to win, and that's what we did. So let's get into let's get right into this the box score, because I like it paints a small picture of the box score. I just want to see what we're doing here. So Josh Allen today, 24 for 42, started off not horrible. He was okay today. I would have loved a better play. I would have loved better decision making from Josh Allen. He was inaccurate at moments in this game where I was like, that was like behind. That was like I was above, and he's throwing things out of bounds, but maybe making a smart play. But there were some throws where you're like, that was inaccurate. You know what I'm saying? The best throw of the night, obviously, was the one that 40-yard zip to Stephon Diggs. Even that one was a tiny bit behind, but you know what? Catch was made regardless. One of the better throws of the night was the one to Dawson Knox, to that sideline throw. Just a nice touch pass over the corner, sitting on a cover two, and just over top of the corner. A nice reception by Dawson Knox. Beautiful play. Great throws, but there were some moments where he threw the ball and it was like, damn, I was way behind. That was in the dirt. That was some bad throws. But nonetheless, 24 for 42, 253 yards passing, 6 yards a pop, and 2-1. 3 sacks for 16 yards and an 80 target. I got somebody I got to call out real quick. I got to call out my man, and he knows he's my brother. He knows what's up. I take back everything I said about Dable. I do not trust Dorsey with that offense. That's fine, but I'm gonna call you out, Rev. I'm gonna call you out, fella. I'm gonna call you out, big fella. You weren't really feeling what Allen was doing all game, and take it easy, big fella. You were like, yo, man, put Case Keenum in. The minute you said put Case Keenum in, I said, Rev, not today, fam. I can't let you do that. I can't let you do that, man. We've seen what Case Keenum can do. There's no way. I'm not even going to address. I'm going to just leave it at that. Shame on you, sir. Shame on you, Rev. Had to call my brother out. He knows what's up. But he was just into the game. He's in the game. He didn't want to lose that game. Neither one of us wanted to lose that game as a fan. We did not want to lose that game. Not because it was Detroit Lions, but it was more so like everybody's watching. We're coming off a shaky win last week. You know what I mean? This is the game that we should definitely come in and win, because they're the worst defense in the league. We should be able to put points on these guys, and these guys took us right to the end. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I wasn't with it, man. And Michelle Holloman's like, yo, I agree with Rev, bro. Nah, you tripping. Anybody that says take that man out, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, to take his ass out, you tripping. Get yourself medicated or get off the medication you taking. Because I ain't running that. I ain't running with that. He was trying to give the game away. Nah, man, he was trying to win the damn game. But you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do, and you fought through it. Now, Josh Allen willed us to victory. He got it. Listen, Case Keenum ain't making that throw down the middle of the field to Stephon Diggs. That was a big time throw with 40 seconds. Don't forget, 40 seconds, that's a lot of pressure on somebody. But Josh Allen zips a 40-yard zip right on the money, Stephon Diggs. Seals it and takes it, and we get the win. Not a lot of quarterbacks make that throw. That throw alone is what got us exactly where we needed to be to get that win. That's a lot of pressure, man. Less than a minute, and we got to get in field goal range, and the other team knows exactly what we're doing. This is what's great about a quarterback like Josh Allen. They know you need to get to the sticks. They know you need to get to this line right here. Go ahead and try to get it. And boy, did he zip that thing in there. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Now, I ain't here to argue with you, brother. We're gonna talk about it more. I think we should jump on the show tomorrow if you're available. We get on a Friday show and we should do this together. Me, you, Z-Bot. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But hear me out, folks. Josh Allen put the team on his back. Absolutely put the team on his back. 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Didn't like the interception. Didn't like the play call. In the red zone, you got the football, and you clearly are in a run. You're in the position to run that football, and you decided to throw that ball. Say what you want. He's got a bad elbow, and it was in a little bit inaccurate because of, well, then if you know that he's got a bad elbow and he's doing this, don't put him in that position. You know what I'm saying? To give the ball up. And that happened in the red zone. And he's got to stop doing that in the red zone. Now, that's a whole nother conversation. We'll get into that some other time. But right now, we want to celebrate this victory. By the way, we got 300, just under 400 people watching right now. Smash that like while you guys are in this group. If you have not subscribed to this channel, do yourself a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell. Hit that notification bell and jump right on in there. Secondly, the run game. Once again, Josh Allen, our leader in the run game. 10 carries, 78 yards, 1 touchdown and a 21-yard game. Gotta love it. That's the Josh that sometimes you have to be that guy. If we're not moving the chains the way we need to, if you're just not feeling it and they give it to you, you've got to do it. Those are the moments where we're like, whew, thank goodness we have a guy like Josh Allen, because he's able to pick up first downs where the average quarterback will not be able to do that. And we know for damn sure he ain't no average quarterback. That boy's special. So Josh Allen, 10 carries, 78 yards, almost 8 yards a pop, 21 long. Devin Singletary, 14 carries, 72 yards. He's established himself as the RB1 on this team. No questions asked about it. 14 for 72 yards, 5.1 yards a carry with a rush of 19. I would love to see the ball more in Devin Singletary's hands, because if he's giving you 5.1 yards a carry off of 14 carries, what's to say you can't give him a little more? Maybe out of shotgun. Let's try to get out of shotgun. 85% of the time we're in freaking shotgun. Let's try to change things up a little bit, people. But that's where Ken Dorsey comes in with the play call. But altogether, they gave Nyheim Hines 1 carry today. 1 carry, like that's gonna do something. James Cook 2 carries. Like the inconsistency in play calling is truly unbelievable. It really is. The inconsistency from that man. We go from running the rock extremely well last week to like running it well. You know what I'm saying? But now the 2 different runners are my quarterback and Devin Singletary. And then the guy that gives you the speed, the 2 guys that give you speed, you give them 3 touches amongst themselves. It just makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. Let's go back to let's go to the receiving room. The receiving room. Isaiah McKenzie, 6 receptions for 96 yards. Our leading receiver today, 16 yards of pop and 1 touchdown. A beautiful touchdown into the end zone on a pretty much like a crossing route. Stephon Diggs, 8 for 77, 15 targets this game, 10 yards of pop, give or take 9.6, with a touchdown and a 36 long, which was that big zip, that 36-yard freaking zip from Josh Allen. Dawson Knox with 2 receptions, James Cook with 2 receptions, Devin Singletary with 1, Quentin Morris with 1. Here, it's crazy because we make the game plan around Dawson Knox getting paid almost $14 million a year, and he gets 2 receptions, and that's it. 7 receptions last week. We made it a point to try to get him the football, get him involved, and 2 receptions this week. Like, I know the decision falls on Josh on where his reads are and where he's supposed to go, but my goodness, man, this is the Detroit freaking Lions. It's the Detroit freaking Lions. the worst defensive team in the game, and you getting your tight end only 2 receptions? Nah, I can't buy that. I can't buy that. I need more and I need better from Ken Dorsey. So 24 receptions total for this offensive side of the ball, and not a bad job at all. Obviously, Josh Allen with the interception. Not a big fan of that turnover. And defensively, Jordan Poyer 8 tackles solo, 10 total. AJ Klein was in the game, played a lot more snaps than Tyrel Dodson. It looked as if at least it looked that way, and a lot more than Terrell Bernard. Matt Milano, 7 tackles, and Matt Milano overall played a very well game. But golly, did he ever have the biggest whip? This is the one thing about Matt Milano, man. Matt Milano he's a short tackle. He will do really good things, but boy, he's sometimes due for a big missed tackle. And there's multiple times where we were like, who the hell missed that tackle? And you're like, Milano. But you can only be so mad at him for so long because he'll make up for it. But there was one tackle on DeAndre Swift that he should have had in the backfield, and we should have had that thing dead to rights. But he let that man break that tackle, and away we go. Man, was that ever frustrating. But I'm going to tell you this one thing. This defense, they bent, and they held it together on that last drive to kind of have that, try to get that ball back from Detroit so we can, you know what I'm saying, end this game. But my goodness, man. My goodness. Dane Jackson. Once again, Dane Jackson is continuing to struggle. By the way, Kingdom Talk. What's going on, my man? Says, I wish Ken Dorsey would trust his RBs a little more. These guys are trying so hard to prove their place. You know what? If it's not here, it's going to be somewhere else. I've given up on I thought we figured it out last week. Okay, he's going to trust his RBs. He's going to do. It's one of those things where it's like he's just going to do what he does. He'll call the plays. We'll question it. And it's frustrating sometimes, man. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no rhythm and balance. I thought we had some rhythm and balance with this offense. I thought we were starting to get our rhythm and balance. Nah, we're not. We're still in the same situation. We're still a pass heavy team. It's always going to be that way. It's not going to change. You know what I'm saying? And we have the back there that's doing it in this offense. But yet, you know what I'm saying? We when it's crunch time to try to give it up to him, we find it a hard time to do it. But these guys are trying so hard to prove their place. If they don't prove it here, they'll prove it somewhere. He's just gonna have to find a way to earn that trust from these players, and these guys are just gonna have to perform. Whatever position I put you in, I want you to succeed. But it's like pulling teeth with Ken Dorsey, man. I tell you. But anyway, I'll get back on that Ken Dorsey train. But for the most part, Daquan Jones had a great game, solid game. The interior line had Ed Oliver with 6 tackles with four sacks. He had 1 sack, 2 tackles for a loss. Daquan Jones had 1 sack as well, 1 tackle for a loss. Those 2 boys were eating in the middle of that defense, man. Damar Hamlin doing his thing, Christian Benford. I mean, the rest of the line goes on, right? Now the storyline today, obviously, is Von Miller getting hurt and having to be carted to the locker room. That one hurt a lot. Man. It's really tough, man. It's really tough to know that we paid a lot of money for Von Miller, and now we could be without. So now we're going to depend on Boogie Basham. We're going to depend on Greg Rousseau. Hopefully Greg Rousseau's back next week. Hopefully AJ Panessa's back. This is why we have the depth on the line. So when those things happen, we got to rotate. We got to get these things going. So we'll see how that plays out, man. But for the most part, am I happy with this win? Abso-freaking-lutely. We needed this win. We needed it, man. We're on a 2-game win streak. We're like, it does something to the confidence of this team. We got the W. That's what matters, because 4 weeks from now, nobody's going to give a damn about this game. You know what I'm saying? Because we got the win. That's what matters, right? So here we are. Here we are right now. I got my man, Worldwide Stepper. He's got a comment. He says, Rico complains when Ken spreads the ball to multiple RBs and then complains when Motor carries the load and they don't give the ball to Cook or Hines. I'm confused. There's nothing to be confused about. I talk about getting the ball to the running backs, right? Like we did last week, right? But today it was a Devin Singletary and Josh Allen. So to me, I have no problems with our guy getting us to get the W, but there's the inconsistencies is what I'm talking about, right? We go from 11 carries for you, 11 carries for you. Okay, we're establishing our run game, and then we go to the Josh Allen and the Devin Singletary show again. And what we always, I don't want to say complain, but we're like, oh, let's not try to give it to Josh too much because he's already banged up with his elbow, and here we are designing runs. But in this case, we needed this win. We needed this win, but I ain't complaining. I like what we're doing in the run game. I like when we run the football. Would I like to see Nyheim Hines and James Cook get more attention getting the football? You saw what had happened last week. It looked good. Speed back. Today wasn't the week. I have no problems, no qualms about it. I just like to see my running backs get the football. But if Josh Allen is going to be part of that run game and that run plan and it gets us the win, give me the freaking win. I'll take that win all day. Now, overall, looking at this defense, I'm gonna just keep it a buck, man. I know the injuries are playing a big part of this, but right now we look like a very mediocre defense. Mediocre. It looks good on paper, doesn't it? It looks real good on paper. But I mean, come on, family. Look what we did. Appreciate that, Muscle Fitness. Appreciate that super chat right there, super sticker. But can you see, are we the elite defense that we once thought we were? No, man, we're not. Yes, do we have some guys that are hurt? Absolutely. Next man up mentality? Absolutely. But we are mediocre. We're just an okay defense. We're an okay defense. We're getting torched on the back end side. We're not getting enough pressure to get after the quarterback like we once used to. We just I'm not saying we got exposed per se, but people now know our offense. They've made their adjustments to this offense, and now it feels like it's harder to, move the ball. Like, man, we used to move the ball like when we needed to move the ball, we moved the ball like nothing. You know what I'm saying? We can get downfield, 4 or 5 plays, boom, bang, bang, and we're in there. Now, it's a struggle. It's a struggle for this offense. So to get down there. And when this defense used to kind of keep us in the game, these teams are just kind of just moving the ball on us, man. You know what I'm saying? They're finding out where our liabilities are and attacking it. And right now they've picked out on Dane Jackson. Dane Jackson seems to be their target the last couple games, and they're going right at his ass. You feel me? Knowing that we have Tremaine Edmonds not in there. You see the slot open up a lot more. There was a play where I saw Klein was in there and he jumped up and just missed the ball clear. And it reminded me of Edmonds, because Edmonds 6'5". When you got hands like this that can get out there, it makes a huge difference because the quarterback's got to really put it over that top. And if he's not accurate, could turn into an interception, right? So it's just, this defense is just, it's not the defense that I thought. Are we banged up? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of these guys have been in the system a long time, so they know it. It's just tough to see, you know what I'm saying? Teams putting points on us, man, just real pull points on us. Like, it's just, I guess we're not used to it. We've had such a solid defense. And if we're going to play up against guys like the Kansas City Chiefs again, we're going to get torched if we're playing defense like this. They're going to exploit us and they're going to take full advantage of us. So what do you do with Dane Jackson? I don't know if Tre'Davious White tweaked himself again, but I saw a lot of number 30. I saw a lot of number 30 in that game and very little of 27. So we'll see. I mean, it's always good to rewatch the game to really see what's going on. But man, it was tough. My man, New Mexico EJE says Dane Jackson is starting to look a lot like another Levi Wallace. I mean, listen, man. We went from one undrafted DB to a 7th round DB. It wasn't like he was going to kill the game. Dane Jackson ran a 4.7 40. He's not a fast guy. Say a 4.6, 4.7 40. So, like, he's got his limitations. And right now they're being exploited. They're very much being exploited, and teams are seeing that. So it's up to Leslie Frazier to mask that, to try to, get ourselves in position to, to succeed. But golly, it was tough to watch number 30 today. When he allowed that touchdown, I mean, he's usually there. It's just that they make the play on him. There was good coverage in the end zone when they scored that touchdown on him. He was right there. It's just that was a better throw and a better reception by the by the receiver. But man, it's just tough that it's always number 30, always getting in problems. It is tough to watch, man. So hopefully he learns from what he's doing right now. He's learning, but oh boy, it's a it's a tough pill to watch this guy learn the way he's learning, man, because they're just getting on his ass. They are just getting on his ass. I feel for the brother, man. RC3 says, Yo, Rico, we're getting everyone's best right now. Relax. I'm relaxed, man. You see me stressing out? I say this to you guys all the time, man. We are going to get everyone's best no matter what. No matter what. But the question is, are we making the necessary adjustments? You know what I'm saying? To keep our edge. Because right now it looks like it's like 50-50 ball, man. It's like where it's like this Detroit, this we had I think Vegas had us at 9.5 point spread, right? 9.5 point spread, and we barely got out of this game. Barely got out of it with a freaking last second field goal. Barely got out of this game. So it is tough. Now, are there things that we need to fix tremendously? Yes. Bozo penalties. Oh my God, yeah. We gotta get rid of that. We gotta do better. You know what I'm saying? And we're just not getting after the quarterback like I thought we would be. We're not getting after the quarterback like I thought we would be. I'd love to see more pressure coming from there. Do we have to blitz a little bit more? I don't know. But listen, man, we've got some time now. We gotta get it together. The fact that AJ Klein came in and had a decent game is nice, but that comes with familiarity with the defense. Did you guys see D Marlowe on the field? Because I did not see D Marlowe get on the field whatsoever. So like we traded for the man, we gave up draft picks for the man, but no dice, not on the field. I still can't get it. I still don't understand it. Nyheim Hines had a 26-yard kick return. No punt returns today for Mr. Nyheim Hines. And Tyler Bass, obviously special teams, 2 for 2, missed an extra point. Went 2 for 3 for extra point, but Tyler Bass hits his 2 field goals and one crucial field goal to end and win the game. So shout out to our guy, Mr. Tyler Bass. Now, team statistics. Curious to see how this game played out for team statistics. So the Bills today, we had 28 total first downs. Of those 28 first downs, we had 16 of those passing first downs, and 10 of those were rushing first downs. And then obviously we got 2 from 2 penalties that we gained that got us 2 first downs, right? So 28 in total. Third down efficiency. We were terrible last week. I think we were 3 for 15. 3 for 15 in terms of third down efficiency. Today's game, we were 7 for 12. Much better than we usually that we were last week. We're usually a pretty decent team on third downs. So we went 7 for 12, third down. The Lions went 6 for 15. We did not go for it on fourth down. We didn't need to. We went 0 for 0. But here's the bigger issue. 3 for 3 fourth down conversions for the Detroit Lions. They converted on every attempt they made for the fourth down one. Now, granted, we've had games where we've had multiple fourth down stops, and we're pretty a decent team when it comes to shutting down squads going up for 4th and 1, 3rd and 1. They completed all 3 of them, 3 for 3. 400 total yards offense to their 326. We had 10 drives a pop. We were 5 yards a pop on those 10 drives. And here's the big one, folks. We allowed 3 sacks for 16 yards. They were getting after us. They made the lanes nice and tight, not allowing Josh Allen to squeeze through when he climbs the pocket. So they did really well on that. And here's the big one, right? 5 penalties for 36. We very, very rarely had any penalties. We were I think we had 9 penalties last game. We're down to 5 for 36. There were some crucial ones, but nonetheless, not too horrible. But 3 for 4 in the red zone, 75% in the red zone. Obviously, that interception what killed us. The first one, but we went 3 for 4 in the red zone. We got our touchdowns. We're getting touchdowns instead of field goals, which is nice. 3 for 4 in the red zone, and we got the time of possession of 31.28. All right, so 31 minutes 26 seconds, excuse me, compared to their 28 minutes. The big one is the turnovers, man. We were so good with not turning the ball over, and then we gave it over, and that kind of killed momentum. Now they didn't do too much with that turnover, but nonetheless, it was just one of those things where man, it would have been nice to, capitalize on that and put this team away. But we never really did right up until the end. So at the end of the day, man, we've got a lot of things to clean up. We got a lot of things to, you know what I'm saying, get better at. Is it gonna happen overnight? No. It's just one healthy body at a time that comes back, and one great read at a time, defensively or offensively. That way we could just string some really good plays together. But I gotta tell you, man, we came in and handled what we were supposed to handle, and we got the win. Now, I gotta give a big shout out to number 14, Stefon Diggs. Number 14, Stefon Diggs, man. If not for this dude on this squad, we don't win this game. If not for Stefon Diggs, this game, we don't win this game. It's not about what he gives us physically on the field. It's what he does for the guys around him on the field. And it's clear as day. They follow the leader. They follow the leader in Josh Allen, but they follow the leader that's not quarterback. And it's easy to follow the quarterback. He's the quarterback. But when you have a guy like Stefon Diggs that leads by example, it is so huge. That catch is so clutch. That catch from freaking Stefon Diggs is so clutch because not only did he make that reception, but he's fighting that reception while getting hit 40 yards down the field. And he makes that catch, and it's freaking amazing, man. Got to give a shout out to my man Stefon Diggs, man. Like, I'm so excited to have Stefon Diggs on the squad. Fan-freaking-tastic, man. Love every bit of it, and I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled about the win that we got. And listen, man, let's keep it rolling. Sometimes these ugly wins, these not-so-sexy wins are usually what kind of get our ball rolling. So if this is the case, yo, man, I mean, I don't want to win like this all the time, but if this is the case, man, yo, keep it moving. If this is what's going to motivate us, if this is what gets us out of this funk, let's keep it rolling. McDermott, Frazier, the whole crew. Let's keep it rolling, man. Let's really keep it rolling. I got a Susan Morse. I just saw your comment and I just got it moved away, but I'll go back to Susan Morse in just a second. Walter, what's up, Walter? Walter says, yo, Bean can only get the players. It's up to the coaches to play them. It feels like there's a huge disconnect with Bean and McDermott in the effective offensive staff. It could be, man. It's like Bean's like, yo, I went out, got you what you need. Why aren't you using it? You know what I'm saying? To me, it's a lot of politics. It's like, hey, this guy's been here long enough and I need him to get his opportunity. And I get that part. Got to give these guys their opportunities. But if you go out and spend some money on someone, come on, son. Like, you know what I mean? Put your money where it's supposed to be in these players that you just paid to get them, whether it's with draft pick or whatever the case is, right? If, in fact, Odell Beckham Jr. decides to come here, which I highly doubt he will, knowing what's going on right now and seeing what's going on, can never say never. But, like, it'd be tough to see him try to join this squad. You know what I'm saying? There's just a lot of things that we just got to fix up. But you just never know. You just never know. My man Ravi says the next 3 weeks will define this team. We go 3-0. We're back where we need to be. We drop even one, we're in trouble. You're not wrong, man. Ravi, you're not wrong, because these games are crucial. And why they're so crucial is obviously because it's in the division. We go Patriots, and I think we go the Jets and then the Dolphins. Patriots, Jets, Dolphins is where we're, and that's exactly. So we're going, oh, I got the wrong list here. I think it was Patriots, Jets, Dolphins, if I'm correct. Yeah, here we go. Patriots, Jets, and then Dolphins. That's our next 3. And it'll be crucial on what we do with these next 3 games. And here's the killer part. Divisional games, you already know how that plays out. That's number 1. And number 2, they know us. They know us so well. And right now we're already 0-2 in the division. We've got to nail this. No, let's go. You've got to nail this. We've got to. So we got out of these 2 games, tough games, with a win. They were crucial. We needed that. We're 8-3. At the end of the day, it's what matters, being 8-3. January, listen, man, it's December and January football. This is where it starts to really matter. This is where it starts to matter. This is where teams start to separate. And you got to win. You got to get these wins, man. Nobody gives a damn that the Chiefs beat the Chargers. They barely got out. They don't care. It's a win. I mean, nobody cares. Nobody cares that the Chiefs lost to the Colts. or they barely beat the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. You got the dub, moving on. And we got the dub, we got to move on. But you got to give it to this team, man. We dealt with some injuries this game. We dealt with some guys that normally don't play, and we were able to stick out and get the win. And your leaders are the reason we won this game. Shout out to Diggs. Shout out to Josh Allen. Shout out to the old line. You know what I'm saying? Y'all kept them clean enough for that play, make it work. And then we run a designed run play to seal it so we can get that field goal. So kudos, man. Kudos to them. William on YT says, Von Miller is a knee sprain. Source said that would be a good outcome. No one has ruled out a more serious injury, but some hope. Has an MRI on another test tomorrow to confirm, says Rap Sheet. That's exactly correct. So they're going to do more tests on Monday, and they'll really, really know exactly what's going on. My anticipation, out at least 2 weeks, at least, maybe 4 weeks, if it's the minimal injury. If it's obviously the big one, then obviously he's out for the year. But if they say initially it's just a sprain, listen, man, that's good news, man. That's good news. People are going to have to grow. They're going to have to, you know what I'm saying, without some big dogs on the squad, they're going to have to just get better, step your game up. Damar Hamlin being one of them has had no choice but to step in and step his game up, and he's had games where he's played well. Now, Von Miller being out, Carlos Basham, AJ Epinesa, Mike Love, potentially, you know what I'm saying, Greg Rousseau. These boys are just going to have to kind of get it together and you know what I mean, spreading them wings, boys. It's up to you now. Y'all got to get going. But we got to figure something out what we're doing with that damn cornerback room, because we have been exploited. We are being exploited. You know what I'm saying? We got young, inexperienced guys on the squad right now, and Dane Jackson, Christian Bedford, Damar Hamlin. So these guys are, it sucks, but it's great because they're gaining experience. But like, boy, are they learning, because they're learning what it is to be a freaking cornerback in the NFL. Because once we smell blood, we're coming for you. And that's exactly what they've done with my friend Dane Jackson. Dane Jackson, they smell blood in the water and say, yo, get after him. Bing bong, get after Dane Jackson. That's what they're doing. Shout out to my man, Dan Brown. What's up, Dan? What's up, Dan? It's been a wild 2 weeks, but this ish builds character. Nice to see McKenzie ball out. Much needed. I can go to work happy. Yes, the heck you can, brother. Yes, the heck you can. Wayman Brown says, yo, it's crazy how many injured key starters we've had while still maintaining with our depth. It'll be good to let them have a full week's preparation. Edmonds would have been a huge addition for this game. It would have been. But I think they look at it like this, right? We got the Patriots next week. I'd rather you take another week to make sure that you're good. That way we'll have you, Milano. You guys will be back to healthy, because we have a big matchup against it. A lot of times, sometimes you gotta weigh where you gotta sit someone or where you gotta start someone. If it's necessary, where we needed this win, you would have saw Edmonds in my opinion. But we'll most likely see him next week, which is great, because we freaking, Lord knows, we need that. Get some rest and get back to it. We got to get right back to it. Ravi says, yo, it's not unrealistic to think that all 4 teams from the AFC East go to the playoffs. The East is the beast division of the league. It is, but this is where we're going to find out what's really good in the month of December and January. Who stands out and who doesn't right now. And it'll be good to see us really start to kind of really get back to what we do best, right? Let me see. My man Pickles over here says, yo, the Chiefs are Super Bowl caliber proven. The Bills are proof that they are up against the ropes. And you know what? Up against the ropes right now, which is fine, you know, but we're on a 2-game win streak right now. We got that win, and it gives a bit of breathing room. But are we up against the ropes? Some might say we are. Some might say that this is the win that we needed to kind of, you know what I mean, believe in one another and try to, you know what I mean, gut it out and start putting some wins together. It's 1 game at a time in this league. We all know that. We hear it. 1 game at a time. So let these 1 game at a time moments happen, and let's just keep stacking dubs 1 game at a time. It's that simple. It's that simple. I got a comment coming in from Tony Grant. Was it Tony Gabrielson? He says, no, we need to get a big, smart, strong safety to get out there. Right now, I mean, we just got to play smarter. We just got to be in the right position. And once we're in the right position and we get the right pass rush, and that's why we paid a lot of money, and we got a lot of money in that group, maybe we'll get there. It's just we just got to get these guys nice and healthy and back. Nice and healthy. Ravi says, yo, Romo thinks Allen's accuracy is a result of his injury, thinks it'll improve in the coming weeks. I would say he's correct because there were multiple balls that Allen threw that were just inaccurate, just a touch inaccurate. And you're like, and it's uncharacteristic. That's the thing, right? Him and Josh Allen, Diggs and Josh Allen, they usually connect like this, like it'd be nothing. And they missed on two or three attempts where you're sitting there like, what the heck just happened? What the heck just happened? So that being said, it's going to happen, man. You're not going to always be on the same page. There's only one football to go around. And listen, man, everybody's got to get the football. But at the end of the day, what matters most is we got the freaking win. That's what matters most at the end of the day. My man thinking atheist, oh, me too, Rico. This is beautiful. Thanksgiving for me. I just watched my Bills stampede the Lions while my ham is cooking in the oven. You're a ham guy, my man. No turkey this time. Just ham. We certainly didn't stampede anybody, but we definitely got that win that we needed. It was a much needed win, although we won last week, but it was just a much needed win that we could have. You know what I'm saying? We needed that. So Brandon, I appreciate that super chat by my man Brandon. Salute to you, my G. Salute to you. So looking at this team overall, this game overall, there's some good things that stood out, man. There's some good things that stood out. We went 7 for 12 on third down efficiency. That's big. Once again, we're over 400 yards total offense. We took 3 sacks. I'd rather take the sacks than freaking turn the ball over, which we ended up doing anyway. But nonetheless, less penalties. We didn't really get penalized. We got 5 for 30, and there's one DPI. There was a couple holding calls, but nothing overall. Nothing overall that was really glaring. So the Bills end up taking the 8-3 record, and right now we got to get some dubs in the division. Now we got 3 straight games against the division, 3 straight. We'll be playing Macaroni Jones at quarterback, then we'll be playing Zach Wilson at quarterback, and then we got Miami. So it'll be fun. It'll definitely be fun. But this game altogether, although we had some good moments, but boy, there were some players that stood out this game. That like, fam, Spencer Brown, man, mauler of a tackle. When you want to get him out in space and get after it, if it's a big sweep, call Spencer Brown's number every time. But man, when you got Spencer Brown in pass protection, he scares me, bro. I'm not gonna lie, man. That brother scares me because you just don't know. There was a play that there was a DB that got straight right on it, right? Unlucky for him and lucky for us, as Spencer Brown let this man get right by him. The poor defensive lineman tried to kind of bend around and put his hand down in the dirt, stay back up, but a lot of weight was on the wrist and actually ended up injuring himself. And we actually got a big gain from that. Had he not fallen, that would have been problematic for our guy Josh Allen. So man, that O-line, it's shaky. It does have me feeling some type of way. I don't like it. I know we're missing Deion Dawkins. I know we're missing Mitch Morse, but man, there's some plays where you're like, come on, son, man. Yo, we're paying you big. We're going to be paying top dollar for that position. You got to protect. You got to protect our guy. But you know what? It's the NFL. They're going to make plays too. At the end of the day, they're going to make plays too. And that's what it came down to. But we made the most plays to get that dub, and we're out of here. So back to the box score. Listen, man, altogether, we did what we needed to do. We did what needed to be done, and now it's a matter of refining what we've done and get back on the field and get going. It's going to be nice to have a full practice for this team. And don't forget, these guys went back to, I mean, listen, you didn't have practice on the storm day. The week prior to that, you had Josh Allen dealing with an elbow. So not a lot of practice time with your quarterback to really get on that same page. So then this week, it's a short week. We went from playing on Sunday to going back to Buffalo and then being with the family and doing what you do and then right back to Detroit in the same week. It's a long week on the road. So the fact that we came out with a dub and now we have time to actually go back and have a regular week and then practice and kind of get things going, it's refreshing. It's refreshing, and I'm looking forward to having our team back, because I'm telling you right now, man, I'm gonna keep it a buck. There were moments in this game I was like, yo, what team am I watching? I don't know what team I'm watching, man. I don't recognize this team. I don't recognize it. I don't recognize this Bills team. Who am I watching here? Am I watching the freaking 2008 Bills? Like, we just couldn't move the ball. We were just, at one point, we was like, yo, what is going on? Until we really started to get our act together. We started to get our act together, man. Now, I was going to say, Gabe Davis, not a bad game today either. He had 4 targets, 5 receptions. He did have, one might say there was a drop in the end zone, but I thought that was pretty good defense from the defensive back. So we're going to get there. The one thing that you do notice is that the targets that are going around, you're targeting your best guys. I'd like to see Dawson Knox get more involved in the game plan. I'm not saying say heavily involved, but I'd like to see him more involved, right? But Isaiah McKenzie, our slot receiver, came through and did what he had to do. Stephon Diggs, 8 for 77. Gabe Davis, 4 for 38. You just can't go wrong, man. You can't go wrong. My man Walter Skill says, "Your great recap, Rico, on the last 2 weeks. You make a great point about how little prep time we've had these last 2. It makes a huge difference. And if you see that we're not on par and we haven't been able to, the last 2 weeks have been not the greatest. There's a whole snow situation and not being able to practice, and then obviously Josh's elbow. So a lot of time spent in rehab rather than throwing the football. And then we didn't know if it was going to be Case Keenum, if it's going to be Josh Allen. It was a whole mess. So we're going right back into somewhat normalcy soon, where we can go back to regular practicing and go from there. The only difference is we're now not out of the elements. The elements are just going to get worse. It's going to get colder. Hopefully we just don't have any storms that just displace us and have us playing somewhere else and having lack of practice. Once we have those very things, we're a good offense. We're a damn good offense. And right now, we're not even like a potent offense right now, and we're still putting up 28 points a game. We're not even a potent offense right now. We have some struggles, and we're putting up 28 points a game. So salute to, the offense by battling and grinding and trying to maintain a standard. Putting up points. And once we get back into the groove of things and we're the Bills of old, where we can really just put it on the team and just get on them, then it's going to be back to scary times with this Bills team. But right now, we gotta find our identity and get back to it, and we'll do it up, man. We'll get there. But for the most part, folks, Bills up. They win 28-25. Last second field goal. Do you like that these games are close? Do you want them to be this close? No. Was it a good game? Yes. Was I prepared to lose this game? I don't know what I was prepared for. I really didn't want this team to lose this game, because I'm like, man, it drops us to 7-4. Now we're amongst the rest. I was just not interested in it. I was not at all interested whatsoever. But a win is a win, man. A win is a win. We got it. We got what we needed. Full standings right now. The Bills obviously at 8-3, and the Dolphins obviously the Dolphins are up. Who did the Dolphins play? The Dolphins this week, they play Houston. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe Houston has an upset in them. Davis Mills got benched, so it's going to be Kyle Allen. So who knows how that's going to go. Obviously, the Jets, who the Jets play? The Jets play the Bears. So who knows how that's going to play. And Mike White's playing. So that's a different quarterback that's going to be in there. So who knows how that's going to play. Maybe the Bears, jump in and beat the Jets. But I have the Jets beating the Bears because I don't know if Justin Fields is going to play. So we'll see how that plays out. And then last but not least, obviously the Patriots. We got the Patriots next week. We get them. But the Patriots this week, who the Patriots got? The Patriots have where the Patriots at? Where your clothes at? Patriots. Maybe I got them losing. Who the F the Patriots playing this week? The Patriots are playing the Vikings. Actually, is that today? They're playing tonight. Tonight, actually. So yeah, so we'll be watching that game. Vikings and Patriots. So if they take that L today, then we got some momentum, and then we can, jump in and pounce and take care of business. So let me conclude, man. Let me conclude on this game, and I'll let you guys go back to Thanksgiving dinner and all that. By the way, I got to give a shout out to everybody tuned in right now. I know you guys should be having your supper right now and eating with the family and so on and so forth. And if you guys are tuned in, appreciate it, man. We salute you guys. Have a good Thanksgiving out there in the United States. But over here, I mean, we already had ours last week. So I won't keep you guys too long. I want you guys to have time with your family because, I mean, this is not a moment that we, you know what I'm saying? This is a moment where you want to be able to spend the time with, you know what I mean, your loved ones. So I won't stay too long with you guys. But let's put a button in this, right? Let's put a pin in this game. It's a good, solid win for this team. A win like this, I'm more satisfied with a win like this than the one that we had over the Browns. Right, the Browns, we had this team and we were, you know what I'm saying? We had them handled, but we allowed them to come back in and make it a game. You know what I'm saying? We allowed them to come back in and make it a game. You feel me? So I wasn't a big fan of that. But this game here, we actually had to, you know what I mean, roll through it. We had to like go up and then we had to, you know what I'm saying, come down and the game, I mean, it's got us going like this, right? But at the end of the day, we're down to this team and we get the ball back. And this is the way to freaking get this win. We come back, we get the job done. We put the field goal in, big, huge play of the game. Josh Allen's 40-yard zip, 36-yard zip to Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs holds on to that football. And the rest is history. We get in field goal range and, you know what I'm saying, 3 plays and boom, Bob's your uncle, we get the win. And that's what you want. You want that from your team where you're down, you need to play from your quarterback and they draw it up and it works out perfectly. What do I want to see to improve? Obviously, there are several things that I'd like to see improve. I'd like to see my play calling improve because there are moments where a play was called and I was like, ooh, so that's what we play? That's what we're calling? We're calling a pass play when we really should have been a run play there. All right, cool. Okay, so we're trying the screenplay again that we just can't. I mean, can we talk about that real quick? The screenplay? Can we just take that out? Because we just can't run that play. And I'm not just talking about this year. We couldn't run it the year before. We couldn't run it the year before that. We just don't do well running the screenplay. And the times that I've seen us run the screenplay, I was actually surprised that we did well with the screenplay. And I'm talking about the screenplay to the running back. We run receiver screen all day. We do really well with that. That's cool. But the running back screenplay is just it's not working out well. But if it does, boy, oh boy, do we have a very dangerous team because you have a guy with speed. You have a guy with ability to be elusive in James Cook. He could take it the whole way. But we just can't figure out the best fashion, the best way to get that done. It's baffling. It's baffling. So until then, take that shit out until you guys can actually practice that bitch. Because I'm sick and tired of watching us give up a freaking down in distance. Give up a play. All right, down the second down now because we tried a wasteful freaking screenplay. Knock it off. Knock it off, man. Where could we have improved this game? Tackling. Our tackling was absolutely horrid. The worst display of tackling was on that punt return. That big, huge punt return by the Lions, where our two best special teams players in Saron Neal and excuse me, you got me messed up with our RB number 25, man. Those are our two best guys. Our two best guys, and they miss back-to-back tackles on the same very return. Those guys were untouched. And my man made them both. He made them both myth. You got me speaking with a lisp. Both myth. He made them both miss in a phone booth. I was like, I could not believe it. And this boy took it down the distance. Like, come on, son. Come on, man. We gotta be better. We gotta be better than that. Those missed tackles were egregious, just egregious. So we do have to work on our tackling. The tackling. I mean, typically we're a decent team. But there was no breaking down this game. There was no, I don't know if they're thinking too much of the turf. The turf is not forgiving. Maybe they just want no parts of it. I don't know. But I'm gonna tell you this, man. It wasn't fun to see these guys ducking and dodging it and not tackling anybody. Today's tackling was not great. And we let these guys stay in the game. But these aren't the same old lines. These guys really came in and did that thing. Here's another big play that I couldn't believe we should have made them pay for it, right? We put a nice play together on defense. Jared Goff avoids a sack, but he had the gall to turn around and still throw a pass to a running back that was once open but not open anymore. And AJ Klein gets hit right in the numbers. Just the ball was like it was meant for him, and couldn't corral that and bring that in. I was like, oh my gosh, AJ, come on, son, you got to nail that. You got to bring that down. But anyway, like my man Brew Crew Fishing said, I'll take it. A win is a win. A W is a W. And at the end of the day, folks, that's what it comes down to. A W is a freaking W. That's it, man. Walter, what's up, Walter? Walter comes in and says, hey, I wish McDermott was a tough coach. Was as tough a coaching his defense as his was as his is our rookie RBs. I hope we still use Cook a healthy amount to continue accumulating with Allen and the offense. It's gonna take some time. I'm hoping that we can get it down. We can get it down soon, but we just haven't been able to make that happen, man. I don't know what it is, but we just haven't been able to make that happen. So I'm looking. Here's what I'm trying to do right now, and I want to see if there was if McDermott did a speech, if they showed it yet. I kind of want to hear it. If McDermott gave a speech after the game, because I'm curious to see what he'd have to say with this the speech for the game. So hopefully I can catch it, and if I don't, no big deal. Did you guys catch it? Did they show any McDermott and the after the game, any speeches? I'm curious to see how that plays out. But if not, no big deal. Coach McDermott, I mean, listen, man. I think I was talking to my man Andrew about it, and I'm not saying anything about Leslie Frazier. Leslie Frazier, he's a hell of a coach, and there's constant adjustments that we've got to make, and we're going through it. We're going through right now. But my goodness, man, we gotta clean it up, man. We gotta clean it up. I know we got some injuries. I know we do. We're gonna get healthy. But for those that are on the field and playing, clean it up. Dane Jackson, tough game. I know he's a young kid and he's learning. This is his first year fully starting and all that good stuff. But man, we got to clean it up, big fella. We got to clean it up. You got to get yourself in better position and go from there, man. Because now that they smell blood, they're going to keep coming for your ass. And that's the way it works, man. In this NFL, once they find weakness, once they smell blood somewhere, exploit it. Go after it. And right now, you've got 2 games worth of tape that they can pretty much go at you at will because you don't turn your head around. You don't turn your head around. You play the ball. So if a very good receiver with hand discipline, he'll mess with you. The ball's not even there yet. He's got you flinching. If you turn the ball around, you know what I mean? Turn around for the ball, you're there. But I'm sure he's going to learn his ways. Now, if Trey White officially takes over next week as the guy, we see less of Dane Jackson. We see more of Trey White and Kaiir Elam. I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, we gonna figure it out one way or another. We're gonna figure out one way or another. So I'm looking for if Coach McDermott, any speech from Coach McDermott. You guys see anything yet? I'm gonna maybe it's on the Buffalo Bills app, because I'm actually very curious to see how that plays out. If he did indeed do what he's supposed to do. But shout out to the whole team, man. Oh, we do have a victory speech. Hold on. Let me just play the audio for you folks here. Give me a second here, man. Let me put the Bluetooth on. And I want to listen. It's on YouTube. I'm actually going to play that for you guys right now because I'm curious to see what my man had to say. So let me get McDermott on here real quick. Tell me if you guys hear the audio.
Wins in 5 days.
There we go.
All right, hey, that's a heck of a job. Listen to me. That's 2 wins in 5 days. Snow, rain, 2 plane trips, man. Guys going down, guys stepping up. That's a hell of a job.
It's pumped.
Hey, and never forget the lessons you learned from this game right here, right? This sport, man. Never forget. Carry through the rest of your lives, man. Got a couple game balls. I need one, please.
Who are they going to give it to?
I think that was a pretty darn good pass right there. 17.
All right, Josh Allen.
14, great catch.
Stephon Diggs. That's big. Oh, one more game ball.
Where's that little kicker we got?
Hey, Tyler Bass. I mean, shit.
think we got a Victory Friday coming up.
And there it is, folks.
Hey, I make that call. Yeah, you got it, boy. You got it.
Well, there you go. Listen, at the end of the day, Rico, don't cry. Yo, I'm good. I'm good. But listen, man, like I said, it wasn't the sexiest win, but I'd rather win the way we did today rather than the way we got away with the win against the Browns. I feel like we just got out of that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoo, okay, we got the win. Let's get out of here. This one was a different win. We actually, we had to come back and make the plays to get to where we're doing, to what we needed to do. On top of that, while we're dealing with all these damn injuries that just suddenly came up on us, right? So no left tackle, no right defensive end. Your corner that was supposed to play the game didn't play the game. So look, there's some guys that were missing that did affect how we how we could have handled this game better. But at the end of the day, like I said, a win is a win. We'll take that, and we'll take it into next week. These guys have Victory Friday off, and then we're back at it again, probably Sunday, Monday, with these guys practicing, and then we'll back at it again on Thursday, man. So big freaking game and big win. Detroit played tough. They played us tough, but there's just no match for, JA 17 and 14, man. That was a big play, a big freaking play by both those guys, and that's why they get paid the most on this team, because they do big things and they make big plays like that. It's character. Like my man CR said, man, it builds a lot of character on this team, and it builds, memories, man. Yo, remember when we freaking were not playing? There was a stretch of the season that we were playing like dog shit, and then we just came out and the Lions game really got us going. Sometimes a game like this is what gets you back to going. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully Allen's elbow starts to get a little healthier. That way he can put a little more zip on these footballs. Diggs and him get back to, clicking. That run game continues to get better. Freaking our RB Devin Singletary is doing what he's supposed to do. 5 yards a pop. How can you stop that? Like, just keep giving the football. That's it. That's all, man. And the other guys, they will find their roles on this team. They will find their ways, to contribute in these moments. And today's moments, that was Isaiah McKenzie. Isaiah McKenzie found his moments, because if not for Isaiah McKenzie helping us get the ball rolling, who knows where we're at, man. It takes a team effort, and we did it. We got the win, and that's the way we look at it. So that's it for me, folks. That's it for me. I'm glad that I hope we don't have to see Tony Romo again calling our games, because I can't stand it. Because of Tony Romo, that poor Detroit kicker missed that field goal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad I don't want to hear Tony Romo call our games ever again. I'm done with that dude, man. But anyway, Bills win. Bills are 8-3. We got it. Let's look at the full standings, man. Full standings right now. As of right now, the Bills are, Bills are 8-3. Obviously, we'll see the rest of the week how it plays out, and hopefully there's some upsets that happen this week, and we start to kind of build towards that number one spot. We want that number one spot, and it's still alive and well. We just got to take care of our division and get that number one spot. Anyway, folks, that's it for me. I hope you guys had a great one. Enjoy Thanksgiving. Have some mac and cheese, some baked mac and cheese for me. If you guys have turkey, make sure that's not dry. Make sure that it's seasoned well enough. Sometimes salt and pepper is just not enough, man. You gotta get the garlic powder in there, get the onion powder in there. You know what I'm saying? And really spice it up and do what you got to do. I'm sure you guys have some really good some recipes out there. If you guys are using cranberry sauce, shame on you. But some people love cranberry sauce. And go from there, man. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Watch some football. Spend time with family. And don't forget, man. Do something nice for somebody. Say something nice to someone. You never know. What that does for somebody, especially on a day like today that they may not have someone to be around. So, you know what I mean? Maybe a phone call will do. You feel me? So that's it for me, folks. Enjoy your rest of the evening. I'm going to enjoy mine. I'm going to go hang out and do what I do and watch the rest of the evening. So, folks, that's it, man. The Bills win. We're 8-3. We got out of it there. We got Victory Friday. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe I'll have some friends with me. My man Rev, maybe. My man Z-Bop, maybe. We'll make it happen, man. So until next time, folks, you guys have a great one. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. It's the Buffalo Fanatics, the Rico Report. It's your boy. and I'm gone. Y'all got a good one.
I'm a Buffalo fanatic, just like Rico, going live, talking to my people, cause the team's driven like West Hurt. Other teams can't, it's a repo. The opponents gotta call up Triple O. Bills Mafia, we heating up, we too electrical. We got Bean the Plug, electric show, we wired up, hit up Rico, he fired up. We know where we stand on the power rankings. Other teams fans in the comments hating, we block them all, we protecting Josh. Salute to him, he the general now. Rico got legends for interviews, how the Buffalo Bills got the best fan base, away games, red, white, blue in the crowd. Hey, I'm a Buffalo fanatic, play good, be humble. Number 17, the captain. I'm a Buffalo fanatic, I'm a Buffalo fanatic, I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Hey, I'm a Buffalo fanatic, hey, I'm a Buffalo fanatic.